Hey guys, Barry Burhoff with Sherhold Industries, and we've got a clean and simple tip for you today that has to do with safety gear. We're getting ready for our family summer trip, and we're going to be crossing over to the Bahamas on the boat. And I've got my wife here with me today, Tyann. And you know, Ty, what's important to me is keeping the family safe for the crossing over to the Bahamas, and obviously whenever we're out in the ocean. So we've got our ditch bag, which has spare water and first aid in it, our VHF, our EPIRB for emergencies, our flare kit, all the life jackets you could need. I even have a life raft on the boat, but I know that you have some safety gear that you always like to take on the boat. So what's that?
For me, it's sunblock. I know that's crazy, but we're in the Bahamas for 3 weeks. And safety for me means keeping my kids safe, keeping you safe. You know, we live in Florida and we're in the sun all the time, so sunblock is definitely high on my safety list.
Now, you know sunblock, I'm very, very careful about what you buy for the boat.
It stains, it can stain.
It can stain. We want to keep the boat clean. So I know you've done a bunch of research looking into the different sunblocks. Tell me a little bit about the staining and where it comes from and why it happens.
Okay, so I have found that looking up different kinds of chemicals in sunblocks that there is a chemical called avibenzone, and it's what causes that staining on your shirts and staining on the vinyl when we go on the boat. So when I look at sunblocks, I try to avoid any sunblock. Sprays mostly have it, but I kind of avoid those sunblocks in the ingredients list when I buy them.
Okay, so you're always checking the label for that avobenzone. Now I know because I looked at this with you, and in the cleaning videos we looked into this. The avobenzone binds with the iron in the water and causes that rust staining, similar to what you get from your sprinklers around a house. And so some people may see it more or less depending on the iron levels of their water. What we want to do is prevent this from happening. First, foremost, you said...
Well, I always put sunblock on the kids and myself before I get on the boat, especially if I'm spraying, because the spray gets into the vinyl and all that kind of stuff. So that's number one, if you want to keep the boat safe, you know, from sunblock. And it's hard to do that with guests. You know, you can't always tell the guests, you know, hey, don't bring the sunblock with avibenzone on it, you know. So you just kind of try to maybe make them spray off the boat or put it on. But then they sit on the vinyl, and it can get in the vinyl and everything. So if that happens, then you're going to have to want to clean it as, you know, as soon as possible.
Right. So before you add the water that has iron to it on the boat, we want to clean those seats down. And so what we recommend is our Sirius Marine Cleaner. Now there is going to be very little to no reaction with avobenzone with this, and this is going to cleanse the seat. We're going to wash it with this, then we're going to come back, since we've stripped the seat down and got it nice and clean, and protect it with our Sirius Shine and spray it and wipe it down, and that's going to provide a nice clean protection. Now what I want you guys to do at home when you get a chance is visit us at Sherhold.com, and as usual I've got all of our training tips, tricks, videos, and articles there. And we're going to have an article on this specific topic in relation to the sunblock.
I'll list all my favorites that don't stain.
Perfect. And until next time, I'm Barry Burhoff.
And I'm Tyann Burhoff.
And we want you to keep your boat clean and simple.